Fake news and police helicopter cover-ups for October 25th. At 1:54 p.m., the mini remote-control Blackhawk was in El Dorado Park, and it was possibly a cover-up for the blue and white because they had flown it out here with a blue and white two-tone to cover up for possibly the military helicopter that they painted two-tone blue and white. And they had just done that recent event where they tried to lead me into the park with the large blue and white. And so that may have been that, but it was too far away to identify the color. Otherwise, it was out there to cover up for the military helicopters in the park and the Osprey training ground. And so a lot of times when I couldn't see them because they're using satellites and planes to tell them to fly at 50 feet down in a gully to avoid my camera, I couldn't identify them or see them, so I would just say they're in the park, and I'd post copter sounds. And so they send that little RC copter out to project copter sounds. And it's just like the train, and just like how they tune the planes and how they tune the UN copter cover up, that the helicopter is able to throw sound. And one night I said there was military copters and I asked for help, and it was right here in front of me in the fake copter pocket, and he shut it off. But it can sound like 20 Blackhawks, and then he just shut it off. So that was out there, and it might have been white and blue. And then at 5:50 p.m., the police helicopter approached from right to left if you're looking across the street in the fake copter pocket. So it came down my street from the DeSeo end, and then it turned behind the two-story house across the street, and then it left to right. And it was pulsing away, doing the straight dart cover-up, which is a cover-up for the event that originated when I was underneath him while they were doing about their third cover-up down at 24092, where they had the transformer fire, the fake transformer fire. And I was underneath him at night one night explaining that, and then he darted and took off because he was thinking in the moment on his own. And most of the damning situations that I've figured out now that prove that his personal interaction were when he was thinking on his own. Just like October 16th when he got stuck on the roof 3 houses down from me. And so also he descended when he was leaving. Not a lot, but he descended. So there was a couple of times when helicopters descended. I think he may be covering up for the military copter. That's what it was, now that I know for sure. It's the military helicopters, when I was recording them, some of them would descend behind the houses and show personal interaction because they're trying to avoid my camera. So the police helicopters, like the overlying cover up for everything. He's out here to distract me when they fly military jets over in a squadron, and he's also there to do cover-ups for all their mistakes, and because he has everything coming under the guise of his regular routine. And so he descended, and that's a cover-up for that. And also the UN copter cover-up descended. There's something going on where they say that the little bit of a hill that goes down into the valley behind the houses across the street is Mount Everest, so the UN copter had to descend greatly over the mountain and then come back up, ascending really steep because it's a treacherous spot. So he did a cover-up for the military copter response right there, and he did a pulsing change of speed dart cover-up, the cover-up for when he left 24092 down the street. And then at 5:52 p.m., he returned over the two-story house across the street, coming right to left down my street. So from DeSeo, he was returning. And that's significant because the reason why they have him returning is because people are auditing the fact that when he led me away a few times and then I ran away to get away from him, he darted back over me. So like when I went down to Jeronimo and Alicia and recorded him, and then most significantly the night when he flew over my house and led me down to Caladad Street, and I was about to leave and I was acting like I was trying my best and I was going slow and I really wanted to record him and I was just going to get down there and get him. And then because I was taking my time, I didn't want to go too far. I had a spot, and I got to the farthest spot that I was going to go. And then they figured out that I wasn't going to keep moving much further, and they're impatient, so they turned their spotlight on and started. They didn't just start like methodically searching. They started projecting that they were searching by moving the spotlight around all quick and like spastic, like we're looking. So I knew they were going to spotlight me and say we found him. So I took off and ran home, and he stopped doing his power circles and he darted after me over my head. So gnarly, scary. And you can see in one of my videos, I barely just take a little flash of it, turn around, record him for a second when I'm back on my street. And I just kept booking it. And so that's why he returned. And then so he made a right turn then over 24191 to cover up for the military copter turn. That was a response to my cell phone video when he came into the frame. And then he did a tail wave And then there's a Cessna there that was flying left to right down my street from Olivera SALERO intersection coming towards him. And so I believe that they used the Cessna then to make the excuse for his turn. But that doesn't make sense because now we have circumstantial events with other aircrafts many times, but also something about the location of 24191 has been used as an excuse. And so then he left in a straight line out after that right turn towards Jeronimo Matia intersection, doing another dark cover up of a straight line cover up with pulses. And yeah, so that's that for October 25th.